Hi, my name's Denitza. I'm going to be making some new clothes for my daughter for the new school year. She's going to school in the next month, so I'm going to make her some new pants. She really likes styles that are slouchy, things that are like very flowy. We had picked up from our flea market here in Las Vegas some pants that are like tie-dye, billowy, kind of like very hippie, very like 70s style pants. She really likes those boho feeling kind of clothing. She really likes tie-dye. We do a lot of tie-dye together as a family, but I decided that she needed something a little bit more dressier, and I picked out this pattern by Mimi G. It's S9268. It's a two-piece like boho pant with a bandeau top. Um, I picked out some black fabric that I'll show you in the next clip. It's black fabric with teal, and it has like pinkish reddish, maybe like maroon colored flowers on it. She picked it out from the LA Fabric District when we went. It was our first time, so it was a lot of fun to pick out fabric. If you do live close to this area, or in general couldn't go to Los Angeles or probably even New York, never been there, that'd be like super exciting. But if you ever been, I couldn't even get past one street. I had like super overwhelmed, couldn't handle myself, had a $250 budget, and I went crazy, got a bunch of things. But if you're ever in the area, I do definitely suggest it. So I'll be making this set for her. She can't wear the top to school, obviously, but the pants, she loves those pants. So I'll be making those today, and the bandeau top for when she does formal events. So we're starting off strong. We're cutting out the front pant leg on the ground with a book instead of pattern weights. I have a set of pockets, and I cut four of them out on the ground there. I just recently turned 30 years old, and the struggle is real. I usually cut out the fabric inside the trailer, but it's just been too hot to do so. So at this point in my making, I took a pretty big break because the heat in Las Vegas is upwards of like 114 on a daily, and I do so out of a old trailer. It's a vintage trailer. The roof is, the walls are thin, so it doesn't get very good ventilation. I do try to keep the windows open. It is a javelin type window over there. Um, but it just ain't cutting it. And I don't know our cars, our old cars, but I think even newer people's cars are having a hard time because the heat is just extraordinary. I want to say that like it's not that bad, but when you come to Vegas, try not to come between July, August, and sometimes September can get pretty bad out here. If you're from Vegas and you like the heat, some people like it. I don't know. I'm just not one of those people. I've never been one of those people. I can't stand the heat. But I am wearing a black t-shirt dress. It's kind of light and flowy, but I'm going to try to cool down my trailer. So I have set up my ruffle to be sewn onto the top bandeau top part. And I was a little confused because I went and ironed in and I stopped, and well, if you don't know, you do know, like when you're sewing, that when you stop and you can't remember where you are in your project, it's a little hard to return back to it. But I figured out what I was doing. It says to make a 7/8 inch seam, and then basically to go up a little bit. I could be wrong. I mean, this is the first time I'm sewing it, and I'm not Mimi G herself, so, you know, like, sometimes I make mistakes when I read my patterns, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that. But It says to make a 7/8 inch seam, and then to basically make like another seam in the next step. I'll show you a picture of it when I get to it.
Here I'm searching my fabric because the fabric that I'm using is a very loose woven fabric. It does shed and fray quite a bit just from handling it. I got this serger from my husband. He bought it for me as a Christmas gift a couple years back. And recently that I went to Goodwill, I actually found a serger that was $50. It's kind of expensive for a Goodwill, but it was a serger. It wasn't a regular sewing machine. It was a 5 thread serger. So you can find them out in the wild. It does take quite a bit of sleuthing around and trying to find one, but every now and then you'll get lucky and find something in the thrift store. Um, my best bet is that if you absolutely can't find one in your local thrift store or anything of that nature, buy yourself some pinking shears, get yourself a machine that can do straight stitches and zigzag stitches, and you can just zigzag over the edges. But this is your craft, and I'm giving you permission from me to spend as little money as you want or as much money as you want in your craft. This is your hobby, and you should be able to do what you want with it. The ruffle here I'm sewing to the bandeau top is going to create a casing for it as well. And then I will not record myself putting in the 1/4 inch elastic at the top. It does have an elastic guide.
Okay, so today I'm having some understitching happening on the pockets. It says to do it to the front pockets, so I went ahead and did that. I'll take it inside to press it down. You should probably press it before before stitching it, but that would mean I'd have to go in the house. And then it says to sew down the side seams and the side pockets. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll check in with you guys when I'm done with that. Set up the pocket. Here I'm sewing up the leg seam, inner leg seam, or outer leg seam.
So I look underneath my seam here and I find that I made a big mistake. It happens to the best of us. I got the leg pants uh, fabric into my seam on the waistband. So my hands hurt after this project. I've made quite a bit of errors with the seam sewing. The fabric was very slippery, so I wasn't paying too much attention to it slipping underneath and being sewn to the next couple pieces that I was working on. And then I'm showing you here that I'm taking a safety pin, attaching it to the 1/4 inch elastic. I've already at this point sewn up the 3 casings. I think this is the waistband, but I could be wrong. I believe we're still working on the waistband. And I had recently watched one of these YouTubers, and she had said, I'll put her name on the screen. She had said something along the lines of she has disabilities and that sometimes when we're sewing, it's better to just get the things that we know are going to help us. And I've never heard something so validating. And because it's been hot in Las Vegas, we've had some little bit of monsoon coming on, and the rain has made my fingers hurt really bad, like the start of arthritis. And I've never felt like that before, but I did find this really neat object. I'll include a picture of it. It's like a bird and it has a pin cushion. It's like a Victorian helper hand. I think that's what they're called. But she said in her video that if you need something to help you with your projects, to go ahead and just get those things because, it's your craft. And if you need them, it's okay. Look at the good stretchiness. My daughter's going to be really happy with the secure feeling of all 3 of those 1/4 inch elastic casings. I recommend to buy some pretty sturdy safety pins. These ones are from Dollar Tree. Um, they're not that great. They keep falling out of the jaw part of it and getting stuck in the slippery fabric and causing me problems. There, it's all done. All stretchy and it's all its glory.
So during the pandemic, I was able to, well, sorry, not during the pandemic, after the pandemic, I went to a yard sale and I got like 3 of these black 1/4 inch elastic. I have a bunch of it because after, I guess like maybe they made too much, and this lady, I went to the yard sale and she had like a ton, and then I got like white elastic also, and I got a bunch of that white elastic as well. Right now I'm taking the elastic guide for the leg elastic and I'm measuring out and cutting 3 pieces. There's 3 pieces for the belly elastic, 3 pieces for each leg, so I'm gonna cut out 6 of those. Today's a new day. I haven't worked on the project for a minute because my daughter wasn't home, so I couldn't try on the pants, but I did just try the pants on to her. They fit pretty dang decent. I added, it says the waist was like 32 inches, so it doesn't give you like a elastic guide for the waist, which is, I guess is okay, but it would be kind of nice to have an idea of like what it's supposed to be. But it didn't have one, but I just kind of guessed while she wasn't here, and then when she did come in, I just added like about yay much of elastic to it, and then I'm just sitting here cutting multiple strips of the elastic so I can put it on the legs. Once I do this, I'll take her out and I'll have her do a little posing and whatnot. But I like this pattern so far, the Mimi G one. It's kind of cute. It's very simple to sew, very easy to put together. The top's all done. I could show you that. I did leave the straps on like a little long, kind of like I was supposed to cut them, but I didn't, because just in case she needs a little extra room, I left them. As long as she doesn't mind, I don't mind, kind of thing. Oh my gosh, it's all tangled up. So for her, I did like this, the bandeau top. And then I have the two pieces in the front like that. And then I made them crisscross in the back. You'll see it when she's wearing it, but I thought it was cuter than tying. She's not big on tying, like bikinis or any of that kind of thing. She doesn't really care to do that stuff. Which I don't blame her, because I don't like the big knot at the back of my skull either. But do what works for you. That's why we sew, right? We sew because we want to get stuff to work for us. And pattern modification is very necessary for a lot of people. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to thread in the elastics into the bottom of the pant legs and finish up and take her out, and she can do some posing and I can finish up the video. Thank you for watching me make my daughter's outfit for school and for formal events. More of the pants for the school, but the bandeau top, you can't wear it at school, obviously. I did finish it up before she was able to start her first day of school, so she can wear it to her first day of school if she chooses. So I did put a panda mask on her so that she didn't have to show her face on camera, you know, privacy and things like that. I really enjoyed this make. I did again, this is the pattern that I used. I really like the bandeau top. The only thing I didn't like about it was the ties and the back of the neck. My daughter's not a big fan of those, and I can't really blame her, because I'm not really a big fan of those either. I feel like they always give us migraines and start to feel uncomfortable after. But I really liked that this here at the bottom and this waistline here had 3 1/4-inch elastics, so it makes it very stretchy and very easy to put on. Sometimes I feel like my daughter does a little bit better when there's a little bit more elastic that she can play with and kind of stretch out. Feels a little better, more secure. I like the bandeau top. I would have probably made it a little longer, you know, because she is a minor, but also for me, I just feel like the bandeau top is short, but that's kind of like the style it is. It's nothing I can really complain for. It was a very easy pattern to put together. It was very easy to read. There are some patterns that I've read before in the past that are just like outrageous, and I cannot understand them. I get distracted when I read them. But overall, I really like the make. Went together very easily, and I highly recommend it. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos and you would like to see more from me, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button.